Remember when everybody out there was saying that I was trying to kill grandmas because I told you didn't need to wear a mask, that 6 feet separation didn't make sense, that the idea that you could walk up and down an aisle, remember when they had the footprints and you were supposed to go down one way and the other way, that none of this made sense and that everybody advocating for it was insane? Basically, the CDC has finally caught up with me from 2 years ago, and they have new guidelines. And among those guidelines are unvaccinated people now have the same guidance as vaccinated people. Well, wait a minute. Remember when Joe Biden told us that COVID was just a pandemic of the unvaccinated? Remember when he told us that if you didn't get the COVID shot, it was going to be a winter of death? Now we have advanced to the point where the new CDC guidance, which came down yesterday, says that unvaccinated people now have the same guidance as vaccinated people. They also are saying kids can stay in class after being exposed to COVID. Good. It's no longer recommended to screen those without symptoms. That is, testing makes no sense if you feel fine. If you are exposed to COVID, you're no longer required to quarantine at all. Basically, we're going to treat COVID like every other illness that has ever existed in the history of mankind. You didn't quarantine if somebody near you got the flu. You didn't quarantine if somebody near you got a cold. And COVID has now become just another virus that we're going to have to deal with for the rest of our lives. But remember what they're trying to do here. They're trying to pretend they didn't put up crime scene tape around children's playgrounds, that they didn't arrest random paddleboarders out in the ocean, that they didn't fill in skate parks and take rims off basketball hoops, that they didn't shut down parks and tell everybody that they had to go inside. They wouldn't allow you to go and sit outside on the beach. They're all trying to pretend they didn't do that. They did. And they have to be held accountable for it. And remember when people like I and other people like me said, hey, guess what? None of these COVID restrictions make sense. They actually came after us aggressively on social media and tried to shut down our ability to share those opinions.